Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. We are doing a live video today because I just thought it would be fun to talk about this show that I have been watching. It is like I want to say it's like a docu-series style show called Extreme Sisters on TLC, and it follows twins or sibling relationships that are on the extreme spectrum regarding closeness. And I got into this. This is the second season. I got into it on the very first season. And I actually talked about the first season in my video. It was either the video what I watched in January or what I watched in February. One of those videos when I used to just do a video covering just the spectrum of things that I just watched during the month, but don't necessarily make a video on, don't make content on. It's just something that I watch. So I talked about season 1 there, and now we have season 2. Child, let me drink some water because something happening to my throat. Now, I just binged the whole season yesterday of season 2, and then I rewatched it today because I wasn't going to talk about it, and then I decided to. I thought it would be fun to talk about, so I decided to rewatch it again today so it could be fresh and so I could jot a few notes down. I didn't really take a lot of notes, but it was certain conversations that I wanted to make sure I relayed correctly, so I kind of jotted it down because obviously if I'm just watching TV, I don't take notes. That's just if I'm finna do content on something. So in the very first season, we follow certain siblings, and only 2 sets of those siblings came back for season 2. Everyone else are new faces that we are just now seeing in this season. Child, the girls are not okay. Like, humans are not okay. I thought it would be so appropriate to wear my "Are y'all okay?" sweatshirt, because the answer is no. We're not okay. Like, we are simply not. So we also have we're gonna do a few announcements. I mean, we ain't got a lot, but we also have our live tomorrow covering the Netflix docu-series Escaping Twin Flames. That mug is crazy, and I haven't even finished that one. It's crazy. And I actually did a few documentaries on my channel before. I did Our Father, the Tinder Swindler, the bodybuilder lady that killed her husband, like a handful. And someone did say that I should do more of them. So let me know if you guys want to see me cover more of the docu-series. And if you like that stuff, have any suggestions for ones that I should do. And I also was feeling like, because I love watching this stuff, I just don't really do content on it. But I also want to do the bad vegan one. I have not watched that one yet. And I'm like, I really need to see that. And like, yeah, that one seems crazy. But let me know how you guys feel about that. Now, let's get into our siblings. First up, we have... Now, this set of sisters is a little different. And at first, I thought they were going to say they were like half sisters, because Black folk, we don't say half. Like, you my sibling, you my sister. We don't really say, oh, this my half sister. They're my sister. We got the same mama, different daddy, or whichever way it go, baby, that's my sibling. That's my sister. But these two are different. This is Ashley and V. Ashley is the one with the short haircut. They are actually stepsisters. And their parents met, dated, and married when both ladies were in their early and mid 20s. Because right now they're 35 and 42. And their parents met when they were in their early 20s, mid 20s. Y'all, this story with them was so insane. It was actually more like intense than completely like batshit crazy and off the rails. Like, some of the other siblings get into. But now, okay, V has had 10 kids. She has been with her husband for 20 years. They haven't gotten like married, but they are common law married. And Ashley, single and wants to have a baby, but she had like a devastating situation a year prior where she went in, she was having irregular periods, went into the doctor, found out she had fibroids, went to have surgery to get the fibroids removed. As far as she knew going into surgery, being put under, I'm finna say being put down, being put under, they were just supposed to take the fibroids. That's it. Baby wakes up from surgery and they done gutted her like a fish. Like they took everything out. Uterus, she cannot have kids. And I can only imagine how devastating that must be. Like I had a similar situation and I get it because the doctor told me they can do an ultrasound, et cetera, do tests, but there is just certain things that the doctor just cannot know until you're actually in surgery and they look inside of you. So I get it, but that massively devastating. So she wakes up, finds out can't have kids, ain't got no uterus. Now they did leave her ovaries. So the big situation right now with these two sisters is the fact that when Ashley finds this out, has this surgery, is devastated. She has dreamed of having a little girl. V offers to be a surrogate. Now, honestly, a lot of the drama and issues could have been avoided if one, the folks in their life weren't as ignorant on what surrogacy actually entails and actually means. And a lot of drama could have been avoided if Ashley would have just did a damn Google search. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she would have just did a damn Google search, had a little preparedness, and that is what was so confusing for me is how much Ashley just like dived into this not knowing ish, like nothing. So the very first issue we have is V husband and kids, which I feel like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see kids really having a big, being opinionated about your mother being a surrogate. I feel like the kids' reaction was basically because of the dad's reaction. Like he went down for it, so then the kids just hopped on board with him. But that's just my speculation because I just don't see why kids would care that your mother's going to be a surrogate. So Ashley and V get the family together for like this Sunday dinner, and V decides to spring it on her kids and husband that she gonna be the surrogate. Now, before she decides to spring it on them, her and Ashley have a conversation, and Ashley is like, I don't want this to ruin your marriage. I don't want to be the reason for it because apparently it's been like brought up in conversation, and the husband already said he wasn't down for it. He dead set against it. So V feels like it's my body, so it's my decision, and if it was somebody in his family, he would do it. But Ashley is pretty much like, well, I'm not blood. V just feels like it don't matter. Blood don't determine family. If he loves me, he'll stick beside me. Don't even worry about that. So it's already kind of a chip on Ashley's shoulders regarding her sister's husband, like this being a point of contention in their relationship. So anyway, we get to the dinner, and most of what the husband said, which is ignorant because he just ain't educated on the situation, but he did have a few points. Now, when when V goes to like spring it on her husband and kids, I'm going to carry Ashley's baby. Like that's how she says it. Immediately, everybody against it. And the husband's whole reasons is, I don't want some other man, baby, and my wife. So ignorant. I'm sorry. But one valid point that he does make is like, we've been together 20 years. I should have a say-so in this. Don't you agree? Objectively, I get his point. This affects you. So yes, you should have a say, but I'm sorry. It's my body. I'm doing what I want to do. So objectively, you kind of have a point, but you're not going to dictate what I'm going to do. But Also, to his defense, that's kind of what you sign up for in the marriage. I don't want to live nowhere I don't want to live. I want to make whatever decision I want to make for my body. But if you marry, that is a situation where you have to consider the other person. But she just feel like it's my body, it's my decision. Now, again, with him kind of being a little ignorant, he's like, if you carry that baby, that's your baby. No, fool. And see, this was also, if Ashley and V would have had conversations with their family to actually explain to them what the surrogacy is, we wouldn't have had a lot of this drama. So she tried to explain to him, no, if I carry the baby, it's not my baby. The baby gonna get made in the lab with somebody else's egg. Then they're gonna put the embryo in me, and then I give it to my sister. It's her baby, not mine. He got it in his head like this another man, and she like, I don't have to lay down with another man to give my sister the baby. So when he talking to the camera, he's like, Ashley can't have kids. That's not my problem, but she's making it my problem. Objectively, he got a point. She can't have kids. That's not his problem. It's not. But your wife, the girl's sister, has made it her problem, aka y'all problem. So this ends up being a huge blow up. The husband storm out and the kids storm out with the husband. So we end up having him come back in and they get into it. And he pretty much feeling like you choosing your sister over me. Like she done got you to do this. But V is like, no, I'm my own woman. I'm my own person. I made my own decision. She ain't asked me to be a surrogate. I offered. Now her and Ashley get together later. Ashley's still concerned about, I don't want to be the reason that y'all marriage get messed up. But V is just, they talking later and V is like, honestly, me and my husband not in a good place. So then we get into the conversation of V saying to Ashley, okay, we got to get this ball rolling. Who the hell is the husband? I mean, not the husband. who the donor gonna be? Who the father gonna be? Y'all, this is again what it's just so ridiculous. And if you would have just had some planning before I dropped the bomb in my life, like a literal drop the bomb in my life, but you ain't got shit together. So Ashley started talking about this ex-boyfriend that she wants to be the damn, well, we thinking donor. And V is completely against this guy. She's like, he arrogant, he controlling, he condescending, he ain't got no neck. Yo, when I tell you I was watching, I was like, wait, did she say he got no neck? She's like, she just don't like him. Now, another issue with this whole her sister being the surrogate and having all these issues is also we blurring the lines of your role as a surrogate. Your role as a surrogate don't include who I choose to follow my child. But she was very opinionated on that. Now, anyway, all three of them go meet with the ex. And there's a point where the ex is like, what is she here for? Like, why is V here? And she's like, because it's my body. I got to agree with the ex. You don't need to be here for the conversation of your sister asking old boy if he want to be a surrogate. Like that just don't, I'm sorry, but he was right on that. That don't make no sense. You don't need to be here. But y'all, they get into the conversation. And this why I get all damn confused. Now it started off with Ashley want to have a baby, so her sister volunteers to be a surrogate. She need a donor, so she go to the ex. But y'all, when they go to have the conversation, she says to him, okay, because first it's a little argument between all three of them. And the ex is saying like, she want to have a baby with her sister. That's not normal. Again, if they would have educated the people in their life on what surrogacy means, it could have avoided a lot of drama. She not having a baby with her sister, you idiot. I'm so sorry, but these people were so ignorant. And I guess I just mean ignorant in the fact that they were just uneducated on what the hell surrogacy is. But he like, she want to have a baby with her sister. That's not normal. But he go to say, okay, what part do I play besides sperm donor? Baby, when I tell you, Ashley say, I want us to be a family. Baby, if I'm the surrogate, if I'm the sister, I'll be sitting here like, wait, what the girl? Do you want to have a family or do you want to have a baby? Because that's two separate things. I'm under the impression that you on the road to have a baby, not a family. When I tell y'all, this got to be the most batshit crazy. If my ex, who I have not spoken to, call me up for dinner and say, hey, I want to have a baby. Let's be a family. Where did this come from? What are you talking about? We don't even talk to each other. We're ex. Y'all, this was so ridiculous. And this is, they would have avoided a lot of issues if they would have, well, first of all, not they, because it ain't really the responsibility. She's just a surrogate. If Ashley would have had Ish together, it would have avoided a lot of drama. You should have figured out the sperm donor before you came to me to be a surrogate. Before I told my family and blew up my marriage because my husband against me being a surrogate, you should have figured all this out. Because, baby, do you want to be a family with this man or do you want a baby? Two separate things. And if you want a family, the surrogate shouldn't be at the dinner. This was so outlandish. So Ashley ends up asking him, so do you want to do this or not? And I'm confused on the question. Do I want to be a sperm donor or do I want us to get back together and be a family? I don't know which one she's talking about. So I know he damn hell don't know. But she like, honestly, do you want to do this? So homeboy ends up being like, nah, I'm cool. I don't want to be a part of no triangle. I can't have a baby with Ashley and have a baby with Ashley's sister. Like, I don't have a baby with Ashley and her sister. Again, kind of ignorant, because you're not having a baby with Ashley and her sister. You only having a baby with Ashley. The sister is the surrogate, literally just carrying the baby. But anyway, Ashley gets upset. And I couldn't believe how shocked she seemed. This is your ex-boyfriend. You haven't talked to him in how long, whatever the hell. And you shocked he don't want to be your sperm donor / let's be a family when you ain't talked to this man and he your ex. Y'all, I don't know what's wrong with people. But then he says, well, why you mad? Ain't like you carrying the baby. Way harsh tie. Low blow. And Ashley don't even say nothing. She just get up from the table because she upset. She started crying. And the way he was sitting at that table, just like, oh well. First of all, and you know what? I do have a level of sympathy for her. You want to have a baby, you got to just pick some knucklehead, idiot-ass man. That's the sperm you got available to you. I sympathize. I truly do. But I would never want to have a baby with this fool. He sat there just not caring that he threw her infertility issues in her face. She's already struggling with the fact that she can't carry her own baby, which was just a surprise and shock to her. She woke up out of surgery and found out they just took her damn uterus. And then when you say the comment and she's upset, he just sitting there like, well, he left you. Your whole relationship fell apart after you had this surgery and found out you couldn't have a baby. But baby, you better off just getting some anonymous donor. Lady, come on now. But I get it. I truly do. I sympathize. If you're a woman that want to have a baby and you only got some knucklehead ass sperm available to you, let the chips fall how they may, I suppose. But you might as well just go get a donor, child. Anonymous donor. But when I tell you, if I'm V, I'm upset. And V was sitting there like, y'all can't bring no baby into this? Lord Jesus. Yeah. I don't know what the hell. I just truly don't. I don't know what the hell. So we done already did all this. And when I tell you, if I'm V after this situation, I messed up in the head. I'm rethinking my whole decision to blow up my motherfucking marriage to be a surrogate for you when you ain't even got a motherfucking don't. Like, this is the dysfunctional issue. You done got me. All this stuff should have been figured out before I went to my husband about being a surrogate for you. Now, the next issue is Ashley mama hate V. Ashley mama jealous of V's relationship with her daughter. She feel like she don't feel like the mama no more. And now it's just all about V, and her daughter don't ask her, hey, let's have a girls' day no more. Hey, let's go to lunch no more, because she's too busy with V. So basically, which this don't make no damn sense. Like, yo, a lot of this don't make sense. It was like, baby, we asking for drama. Like, we asking for trouble. Like, it was smarter ways to handle all this. V mama cannot, not V, Ashley mama cannot stand V. Please tell me why the hell Ashley had V drive over to her mama's house with her. V not allowed in the house, so V sitting in the car. What gets the point of you? You could have called me on the phone or came to my house, told me how this shit went down. Like, why is she in the car to go to your mama house who hates her? So anyway, again, if we would have had conversations, explaining to the husband what surrogacy is, explaining to the mama what surrogacy is before just dropping the bomb that this girl finna be the surrogate, we would have avoided a lot of drama. Because the husband and the grandma had very ignorant things to say that I'm like, that ain't what surrogacy is. So the mama pretty much say, I'm gonna disown my grandchild. That won't be my grandchild. I don't want nothing to do with the grandchild because it's like, she like, I don't want V in my life. And actually it's like, well, she not gonna be in your life. But that baby gonna have a lot of her in him. No, that's not what a surrogate is. That would be an egg donor. The baby ain't gonna have none of her in her. And so the girl tried to tell her mama, no, she won't have her blood. It's my egg. But she pretty much just like, nope, don't want nothing to do with that child. You gonna disown your own grandchild? She like, yep. Because you done took it too far now. Ashley go to leave, get in the car with V. Baby, grandma come to the car, knocking on the window. V, roll the window down. Why you want to be a surrogate? Why you doing this? Why you caring about this? This my grandchild. This my daughter. Well, grandma, are you gonna be the surrogate? Are you gonna carry the baby? Baby, when I tell you, V was like, look, she a grown woman, she a mama, this what it is. That's your grandchild. That ain't my grandchild. That won't be my grandchild. Disowning her. Then she tell Ashley, get her from around here, baby. V is like, get me from around here or what? Get me from around here or what? Baby, hop out the car, about to fight the grandma. Again, why the hell was she even here? Why didn't you sit and explain to your mama, first of all, what surrogacy is? Y'all. It continues to spiral. Ashley ends up, oh yeah, okay, they go to the fertility doctor. And first of all, Ashley is just negative Nancy. She is so negative. She thinks the worst before she get any type of results. But I don't even blame her because I'm the same way. I honestly am. I just feel like it helps me to prepare. I'd rather think the worst and be surprised by it being good. But she was kind of annoying me. Like, she was in there crying. I'm like, girl, you don't even know nothing yet. Because they did leave her eggs, but she don't even know if she has any eggs, if she still produces eggs, if they any good, et cetera, et cetera. So the doctor, oh, y'all, this something else that made no sense. Hold on now. Okay, well, let me just finish this. The doctor goes to see how many eggs she got. She over there crying negative everything. And the doctor tells her between both ovaries, we expect to see like 12 to 16 eggs. So they go to one ovary and count out about 20 eggs. Like, girl, you good. So now she know, okay, we on route for the surrogacy. My eggs is all good. They're plentiful. Baby, why are we talking to the doctor about V being a surrogate? And we got to go through medical history. Baby, V at 42 years old say I had a heart attack about 5 years ago. Baby, that doctor was sitting like, bitch, say what? Like, again, why didn't we figure all this ish out before we dropped bombs in our life and was blowing ish up in your marriage and in your relationship with your mom? Like, is it just me, or I'm not finna announce stuff like this until ducks are in a row? You actually should have already had a sperm donor lined up. V should have already got the go ahead from her cardiologist. Like, a lot of this should have already been before we announced it to the family. So the doctor talking to the camera like, I want to flat out say no. But like I said, Ashley was very fragile in this. So the lady say, I'm going to have to get you cleared by your cardiologist if you can carry the baby. Now, y'all, Ashley gets an email from the fertility doctor with a breakdown. If nobody know nothing else, baby, everybody should know IVF is expensive as hell. Everybody and their mama should know that. Whether you need IVF or not, that's something that I feel like everybody should know. It's a pretty penny. But even if everybody don't know, if you are specifically looking to do IVF and have a surrogate, baby, a quick Google search should give you at least 2 numbers from here to here, high to low, of what you should expect. Baby, Ashley get that email for the cost breakdown, egg retrieval, surrogate insemination, or implant, whatever the hell, $28K. She actually sitting here like, good goddamn, like she don't have $28,000. She paying for school, all kind of stuff going on. She ain't got $28,000. Baby, who does? Who do? This is when the shit really takes a nosedive and takes a turn for the worse. Again, preparedness would have avoided and alleviated a lot of this bull. Sperm donor should have been decided before we announced this to the family. You should have known some type of cost estimate before we presented this to the family. Cardiologists, all that should have been worked out. Health of the surrogate before we tell the family. Baby, Ashley called V. Oh, yeah, I just got the estimate and the cost. It's a lot of numbers. So V's just like, okay, what's the number? 28,000. Baby, when I tell you, Ashley pretty much throwing the time and say, well, I just get a dog. That sets V the hell off. And I'm halfway with V, but a little bit not. Because V tried to say, you equated my niece to a dog. You calling my niece an animal. First of all, that's not what she did. She's saying, if I can't have a child, well, I just get a dog. That's not calling the child a dog, okay? Now, I feel like that was a little melodramatic, okay? From somebody who be a little melodramatic. Like, you took her, she was not calling the baby a dog. But I did agree 50,000% with V. I done put my marriage on the line. My husband, we done separated. He ain't talking to me. We got turmoil because I decided to be a surrogate for you and he against it. I done catcalled all kind of hell with your mama. I'm putting my body on the line. I'm putting my life on the line. For you to hit a hurdle and say, well, F it, I'll get a dog. I'll be pissed off too. Because if I'm making a sacrifice to this degree, it's not only because my sister wants a baby, it's because you're in like a desperate type of situation. So I'm willing to sacrifice my baby had a heart attack before she was 40 years old. That's not a joke. I'm sacrificing my body, my health, my marriage, my family, my well-being, everything. If it's that trivial that you feel like, well, if I can't have my baby, I just get a dog. Bitch, we should just got a dog in the first place. Like before I went through all this and blew my marriage up, because if it's not that important, why am I sacrificing this? But the whole, you equated my niece, called my niece, no, that's not what she did. That's not what she did. Now they end up getting together at this restaurant. And Vic steaming from the I just get a dog. She felt like she was at a loss for words. Like, why am I risking everything if all you can just go get a dog? So they get to this restaurant, right? And Ashley ends up telling V, I heard back from the doctor, all the tests good, everything came back with the eggs, everything cleared. So V going into it thinking like, okay, I'm hoping, because she says to the camera, I'm hoping we can discuss a plan to come up with, the money for this. So when Ashley says everything healthy, everything being cleared, V is like, okay, what about the financial part? Because I'm with V. I don't care. What about the financial part? Baby, Ashley say, well, it's up in the air now. She just kind of like, what? I ain't finna stress about it. Whatever. But V is like, well, I'm finna stress about it. And I gotta be honest, I was with V the whole way. V is telling her, like, you hurt my feelings with this. I done put a lot on the line. And it feel like we did all this for nothing. Y'all did do all this for nothing. Nothing was figured out before y'all started along this road. Now, I get having conversations. Like I said, I went through the same thing. I just had this surgery like a few years ago. Same health issues. And even though I don't want to have kids, the doctor still make you go through all this because I'm young and they feel like your mind could change, whatever. And my little sister was like, I'll be a surrogate, I carry the baby. That's just a general conversation. But if we really finna do, like we for real finna take the steps, and this is more than a conversation, and you about to announce this to your husband who is against it, we about to really blow up our lives. That's more than just we having a general conversation. That means you need to be planning, prepping, saving. Like stuff should have been figured out before you let your sister put things. Like I feel like this is kind of irreparable damage on her marriage. Even if she don't end up being a surrogate, the husband made some valid points of you made this decision without even having a conversation with me, caring about what I had to say. You chose your sister over me. Like they might not never come back from that. You let your sister blow up her life for some issue ain't even had planned. She didn't know who the hell sperm donor was going to, like, baby, figure this shit out before you have me blow up my life. Child, they having a conversation. But Ashley's just kind of been an asshole, I gotta be honest. And she's just like, I don't want to talk about this. And I want to talk about it. I'm doing this. This is my body, so you should be considerate of that. And I completely agree. In a general sense, if you having a baby, you don't have to consider nobody but you. And I guess the child, father, child. But I mean like your sibling, your sister. That's nobody who will be in consideration. If you want to have a baby, decide not to, go back and forth, it don't affect them. But when you're in the situation of a surrogate, you got to consider the other person. I'm sorry, you do. Even if it's like a stranger surrogate, like I'm still taking you along this and I have to consider you in some capacity, but actually operating like, oh, V being selfish and making it all about her. I don't think V was making it all about her, but V had valid points. I'm a huge part of this. I'm carrying the baby. Done told my husband and blew up my marriage. I can't get over that because y'all, that husband was, like I said, ignorant, but I don't know if they little sisterhood gonna ever be the same. So later on, they end up at V blows up because her sister was being very cold. She threw the damn glass off the table, child. The patrons at the bar looking like, and she stormed up out there, booty swanking. She was thicker than a snicker. She ran up out of there. Now later on, they have a little FaceTime, and Ashley is telling V that she went to the cardiologist and she got cleared to be a surrogate. She got cleared health-wise to be a surrogate, right? And she's upset with Ashley for not coming with her to the appointment. Baby, the way people would just lie to your face. Ashley tell her sister, well, I couldn't just take off work. I really tried to be there. Baby, in the confessional, she telling the camera, I didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to go. Girl, so did you really try to be there and couldn't get a time off, or did you not want to? Like, girl, tell the truth. Shame the devil. Like, don't lie. Oh God, Jesus, I hate that so bad. Don't lie to my face. If you ain't want to be there, then just be an adult and say I ain't want to be there. I didn't want to go. She felt like after they blow up at the restaurant, she felt like she got all this stress on her. She didn't want to go, but she gonna lie and say, "Well, I tried to be there." Girl, no, do you think your sister not gonna watch the show back? You ain't trying to be there. You lying. Lord Jesus. So now V got a sour taste in her mouth because her sister was not at the cardiologist appointment. Now, V is no longer 100% anymore about being a surrogate. And after the way Ashley has been happening since finding out the IVF is 28,000, I don't blame her because V says it's like I'm more invested in you, and that's exactly what it looks like. Because even when they found out it's 28,000, I feel like if I truly want this baby that badly, and my sister done blew up her marriage and put her life on the line, her health on the line, her body on the line for me to have my baby, and I hit the financial roadblock, which a nigga like me would have did a little research. A quick Google can tell you how much IVF runs. But anyway, I hit a roadblock of 28,000. Because who the hell just got 28,000? I get it. But I'm going to figure something out. I'm not going to just be like throwing in the towel saying, well, I get a dog. I have even heard of certain companies that will help pay for like a certain percentage of family planning, whether it's adoption or IVF. Baby, I just go look for another job. Like, I will figure something out. I'm going to take out a bank loan. Like, if you really want to do this, or either it's going to be on hold for 2 years while I try to save, like something, like figure something out. I don't know, maybe let's try to figure out if they got some kind of organization that help women who can't, like, I don't know, but figure something out. I'm with V. I'm more invested in you. Baby, when I tell you, Ashley ends up saying, well, I could always find somebody else to carry her that I ain't gonna have to go through all this with. Oh, Jesus. The way I would have had to curse my sister out. I could always find somebody. Well, you should have did that in the first place. You should have found somebody else in the first place then. So V, rightfully so, gets upset. Like, that's selfish. That's inconsiderate. I feel dumb now. Well, I'm sorry that's how you feel. Baby V just hangs up the FaceTime. This is one of those things where, because earlier in the episode, when V first blew up her marriage and the husband stormed out, and she talking to Ashley, because Ashley's like, I don't want to be the reason y'all whole 20-year marriage is messed up. V is saying, I'm my own woman. I made the decision. I'm going to hold my head up high. I know you would do the same for me. See that. I personally feel like, as somebody who done sacrificed a lot for the people around me, lot, used to do stupid, well, stuff I now feel was stupid, putting phones in folks' name for them, doing all kind of stuff, because I cared about people. No, you'll do the same for me. We cannot operate on, I'm going to do this for somebody because they will do the same for me. First of all, the same for you may not ever come back around. It's certain, she being a surrogate for her sister, it ain't no you would do the same for me. Your sister will never be in a position to have to be a surrogate for you. And I feel like when we operate in relationships like that under obligation and sacrifice, I'm sorry, it breeds resentment. It does. Because it can never be reciprocated. Your sister can never be a surrogate. Your sister can never blow up her marriage for you. Like, everything you give it ain't gonna come back around. And I also don't like that whole, I had somebody do that to me. They asked me for a favor. I said no. They got mad. I felt like they was being manipulative, but hey, that's just me. But they got upset and said, well, I would do it for you. We're not talking about what you would do for me. We're talking about what you asking me to do for you, first of all. I'm sorry, but second of all, what you would do and what I would do is two completely different things. And I'm not going to do something because you're trying to guilt trip me because it's what you would do. So I kind of feel like V kind of set herself up for failure with that one. If you're going to do something, then just do it. I remember loaning my cousin money because they said that's going to pay me back. They didn't. I was upset about it. This was years ago. And I remember my mama saying, never loan people money you need. Like, if you're going to give something, then just give it and let it be gone. And that's kind of how you got to operate when you're doing stuff for people. Do it and let it be gone. Not because they supposed to pay you back, do the same thing, reciprocate, they would do it for me. No. Give and let it be gone. So now we done bred contempt, we done bred resentment. V feel like she done did all this for nothing. And I feel sorry for her. Now, I will say, I obviously feel very empathetic for Ashley. Infertility issues ain't no joke, especially when it's sprung on you. She just wakes up from surgery and finds out they took her whole damn uterus. She couldn't make a decision. She couldn't prepare. It just happened to her. And all these health issues popped up when her and her boyfriend was trying to have a baby. Like, I get it and I sympathize. And she also, in her confessional, says when she makes a joke about, oh, I'll just have a dog, and when she's acting very nonchalant, it's because that's her defense mechanism, which I get 1,000%. I've had people tell me I joke at the wrong times, but I personally feel like that's just how I go through. I got to make a joke about everything, like I do. I feel like there's comedy in everything, even the tragic. That's how I got to survive, child. Like, I feel like that's how my people survive. Like, we got to be funny. We got to make a joke. Like, you got to be light about it, or you just going to be goddamn insane. So, like, I get it. We all have our defense mechanisms. So, yeah, she's coming off like she don't care, and she's coming off very cold, but I get when she says that's not how she feels. She's just trying to protect herself. She said when she first had that surgery, she spiraled. She went into a depression. She cut everybody off, and she felt herself going back there and she didn't want to do it. So she's like, if I got to just say a joke and say, well, I get a dog since I can't have a baby to protect myself, that's what I got to do. Get it. It's not an excuse, and it don't negate the fact that your sister put her whole life on the line, and you acting like it ain't no thing but chicken ain't trying to hang on the, like, come on, girl. Like, it's more than just you involved here. But I sympathize and I get it. I honestly get both ladies and both sides, but I'm kind of leaning on everything that V has given up, because Ashley going through the infertility, but V the one that gave up things. Like I said, her marriage might not ever be the same. That nigga walked out. We don't even know if he walked back in, because the show ends and they don't even give us no conclusion to that. None, which I hated. Like, did the husband ever walk the hell back in the house? Did he come back? Lord Jesus. And I feel so bad because they start off, they sisterhood was so, even when they get to sit down together, the first thing V go to say is, the way we was arguing and going, that ain't us. We better than that. We sisters. I feel like they done did irreparable damage to the girl marriage and to their sister relationship. Now they end up, after that whole blow up, on the FaceTime, not talking to each other for a few weeks. Then they end up meeting at a restaurant. And V officially says to Ashley, I'm not going to be the surrogate. I can't do it. I changed my mind. And I got to be honest, I was shocked why Ashley was a damn hell upset. After saying, I don't have the money, it's not going to happen, I ain't going to stress about it. Oh, well, I got 2 sons already, I just get a dog. And you said, well, I could find somebody else to carry my baby who I ain't gonna have to go through drama with. Baby, why you upset, shocked, or surprised when I say I don't want to do it? The series of events have gone. You acting like it's just a flim-flam thing. So I kind of don't even understand why she was upset. But V was being a little overdramatic with the, you referred to my niece in a sense of an animal, and I can't get over that. The whole I could get a dog is not referring to of a damn animal. Now, what I didn't understand was in the confessional after this happened, like for this scene, Ashley says, I can't help but think, like, did she ever even have intentions on carrying my baby? Wow. I think she was waiting on an excuse or trying to find a reason to back out. Why? So now I could see if, because when V first say I'll be a surrogate, that's when the surgery happens and they cry and she offer. Now I could see if that just transpired. Because when I had my surgery, my god sister was like, yeah, I care about. I said her like, bitch, no, you ain't. Like, I appreciate you saying it, but we know the hell you ain't. Like, I could see if it was just a conversation. But first of all, you should know your sister better than that to understand her intentions and her heart. And also, you really think this girl gonna blow up her marriage over something she don't even intend on doing? I couldn't believe Ashley said that. And if I'm V and I hear that, yeah, you done did irreparable damage to our relationship. Because how dare you think that I'm going to play with my marriage and say I'm going to do something with no intent of doing it? Because I was just looking for a reason to back out. If anybody was looking for a reason to back out, baby, it looked like Ashley was looking for a reason to back out. Because anytime it's a problem, once you hit the roadblock of money, you just give the hell up. Do you want a baby or not? Now, when she see her sister upset, you know, I'm not one to call nobody no liar. I'm truly not. Y'all, am I up? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Am I good or am I still frozen? Am I up? Can y'all hear me? Am I frozen? I see TG said Nikki is frozen. Okay, tell me when I'm not frozen, child. I done lost my train of thought. I don't even know what the hell I was just saying. I don't know what the hell I was just saying. Okay, I'm up. Thank you. Y'all, what the hell was I just saying? I don't even know what the hell I left off at. Ashley was in a confessional talking about she don't think her sister had no intentions of actually being a surrogate. And I know I said that I don't think she would blow up her marriage for something she wasn't intending on doing. But damn, I don't even know what the hell I left off at. But anyway, wherever the hell I left off at, I'm annoyed. Because I feel like I had a good train of thought going. But I don't even know what the hell that train of thought was. But now, after V sees that her sister, I know where I left off at. After V sees that her sister is upset at the table when she says that she don't want to be a surrogate no more, V ends up saying it because she tells her sister to just go to like a register, whatever it's called, when you know you get like a stranger surrogate. She tells her to just go that route and just pick like a stranger. Now, I did agree with Ashley when she was like, it won't be the same. I don't want a stranger to be the surrogate. I get that 1,000%. If I can't have my sister carry my baby, no, I wouldn't want to have a stranger. Like, it's nothing wrong with having a stranger if that's what somebody decides, but I get why Ashley was saying it won't be the same. I want my sister to do it. So V ends up saying, if in 6 months you can't find a surrogate, we could revisit the conversation and I can consider it. I ain't want to call nobody no liar, but I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that for a second or a minute that they're gonna revisit this and she gonna consider it again. I think she just said that to kind of codify the situation. And in the confessional, Ashley say, no, I don't believe her. No, yeah, I don't either. I don't either. I do believe she had every intention of being a surrogate until she saw her sister's attitude and the way her sister gave up and was being nonchalant and saying, well, I'll just get a dog. But I don't damn hell believe that we're gonna revisit this in 6 months and I consider no the hell she ain't. Now that one would, I don't want to call nobody no liar. But I don't believe that for a second. But that's pretty much how that story ends. And I hate we don't even get no real closure when it comes to V and her husband. He walked the hell out and we don't know if they ever reconciled. Hey, TG. Extreme Sisters sounds a bit odd. It's all odd. It is. It's basically sisters that are close on a spectrum of extreme. Leave Jesus out of this. Man must protect them kids. TLC is good for losing 600 pounds. At least you tell it like it is. I just walked in on a complicated store. Oh, it's very complicated, child. It's very complicated. Very, very. Let's see. Just got here, but yeah, sounds wishy-washy. Do you want the baby or not? It like, why do I want it? I'm only gonna be a set. It's like, do you understand pregnancy? First of all, take out blowing up my marriage. I had a damn heart attack before I was 40 years old. I put my health on the line. Like, I'm like, do you understand pregnancy? I put my body on the line. I'm gonna go through pain. So if you ain't down with the motherfucking get down, like for real down, ready to like, what the hell I want to do this for? Like, if you wishy-washy and you not really 100%, I ain't gonna be either. That's how she was acting. But I mean, objectively, I do think she want the baby. She just, for some odd reason, was real quick to kind of give up, which is why I don't understand why she was upset or shocked when her sister said she don't want to be the surrogate. Because I was under the impression that we was done with the surrogacy route. You said 28,000 is too high. I ain't got it. I'll just get a dog. I thought that meant it's over. Oh, child, no, I don't. Y'all know I ain't got no sense for real. Was he on board with his wife being a surrogate? Why did the husband leave? No, he was not on board. She brings up a conversation about being a surrogate. He was adamantly against it. And then time passes and she just announces to the kids and the husband, I'm carrying Ashley baby. And he got upset and left. And we never know if the man ever came back. He felt like his wife chose her sister over him. And he said that because she was like, it's my body, it's my decision. He said, I get that. I get it's your body and you right. But we've been together 20 years. Don't I have a say so? I will have to check this out. You are so passionate. I love this show. I love this show. This is the second season. And I'm ready for the third. These people crazy. Like something with the sister. Something with what sister? She could have started a GoFundMe page or something for the. I mean, literally some type of option. Like, you don't just give up. Like, I don't understand that. I mean, that's just how I would feel, because I would want to be very bonding with my baby while they're in the surrogate's stomach. And I feel like if it's my sister, I could go belly and touch up. But if it's a stranger, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Even if the person said, it's okay, it's your baby, you can kiss and stuff, I wouldn't feel comfortable. So that's just me. So that's why I would want it to be someone close to me, like my sister, and not a stranger surrogate. Like, it's absolutely nothing wrong with a stranger surrogate. I just get why Ashley was saying she don't want a stranger. It won't be the same, because that's how I would feel. I feel like you can't carry the baby, but it's your baby, and you still want an intimate connection throughout the pregnancy, even if the baby isn't in your stomach. I'll never forget when I was a kid and I went through a phase of being so obsessed that my mama would just stop loving me. Oh my God, I was so obsessed. And I would go to her all the time, like, why you love me? Why you love me? Because I was just obsessed with the fact that she wasn't gonna love me no more. And she used to always say, I loved you ever since I felt you in my stomach. So if I go to have a baby and I can't like carry the baby, I would want that love my child since they was like in the belly feeling. And I feel like if it's my sister, I could feel an intimate connection. But if it's a stranger, I won't be as comfortable. Child, you know, Fast and the Furious. Yeah. They say family so much, child. Hey, beggars can't be choosers. If you have the means to have a surrogate stranger or not, and you this baby go for the stranger, it's also less weird and complicated. Yes, if she goes for a stranger surrogate, it wouldn't be all of this arguing and fights and tension. And I really feel like I could be wrong. I could be wrong because I done had some motherfucking blowouts with my god sister, and we right as rain today. So yeah, it's always coming back from something. But yeah, if we was dealing with a stranger, it wouldn't be all of this. Because first of all, I feel like the sister was too close for comfort. Like, you just a surrogate. You don't need to be here when I'm having this conversation with my ex. Like, we were crossing too many boundaries for me personally. But I'm that person who I am so against family. Like, I'm being in your business relationship, giving unsolicited advice, giving unsolicited opinions. I'm very much, we need strict, stern boundaries when it comes to family and friends. But they obviously aren't that way. They're on a show called Extreme Sisters. There are no boundaries. Well, we haven't even had a third season yet, so we can't hop to the fourth season. Stranger or family, it is always complicated. Yeah, but I feel like if it's a stranger, that's more of a contract. That's more of a business kind of relationship. That's more, maybe not business, but professional relationship. So I do feel like all of the stuff that would come along or could come along with it being family, it's kind of like how they say never work with family or never work for family. Like, it makes things very different. Have any thoughts about rap shit? Nope, not one, not a none. Yeah, but less complicated for the aunt because her husband isn't on board and she'll go through all trials and tribulations for a child she can't keep. But I understand you. Well, she can't like keep the child, but it was her what do you call it? Her niece. Like, the child would still be around. Oh, let's do this like this. Okay, so that was our first. Now, this is the sisters that the last sisters we just saw via Ashley. This was their first season. They weren't here last season. Now, these two damn sisters, child, they was here last season. Jessica and Christina are the psychic twins. I like Jessica. I don't too much rock with Christina. Now, Jessica and Christina are twins that are beyond too close for comfort. Like, you might as well say they married and their husbands are like the side pieces. Like, they take baths together. Like, they don't other stuff that I don't even want to gross y'all out and say. Like, they are way too close for comfort. However, they did have a really traumatic upbringing. Mom wasn't very maternal. So ever since they was kids, they pretty much just had each other to cling to. So I get it. But the situation with these two, just to recap last season a little, both of them have been married before. And both of them are the reasons that their marriages ended, because each one would sabotage the other person's marriage. And Christina's ex-husband said point blank period to Jessica, you are the reason that our marriage ended. I'm sorry, I mixed the names up. Jessica's ex-husband said that to Christina. Now, last season, Jessica was single. Christina was dating. They are both in like their mid-30s. And the boyfriend that Christina was dating is early 20s. Like, he was like 23. Now he's, I want to say 26 or 25 or something like that. Baby. Jessica hate this man. Hate this man guts. Wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. And honestly, the young man ain't do a damn thing to her. Like, he had way more patience than I would, because I'd be damned. Now, they end up saying we're no longer going to sabotage the other person's relationship. However, Jessica is actively sabotaging Christina's relationship and said to the boyfriend point blank period, I'm going to get her to break up with you. I've done it before. Very vocal about don't want them to be together. So Jessica and Christina, after the show ends, has a falling out. Christina marries the boyfriend. Jessica ain't invited to the wedding, don't know nothing about it. Then at the last minute, Christina calls Jessica because her witness didn't show up and she needed like a witness. I guess when you get married, you gotta have a witness. I don't know. But that was the only reason Jessica even found out her sister was getting married. So now Christina is pregnant and like a month away from giving birth, and she wants Jessica and her husband, John, I think his name was, to make amends because she wants both of them in the room when she gives birth, but she doesn't want any negative energy. Remember, they psychics. So they all about, well, I can sense, they do all this, I sense the energy, and you're saying it's fine, but I feel it and I see it. And they do like, y'all, what is that thing where they hold like this glass bowl and they like ding and they do that too. So so Jessica is very psychotic and possessive of her sister. And Christina is having a home birth. Actually, Christina wanted to give birth in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the forest, and surrounded in nature, but John was not on board. So she's going to have a home birth. And Jessica feel like she the daddy. She said, the baby got my DNA because, you twins, your nieces and nephews have your DNA. So she kind of like, this damn her baby. And Jessica gets upset because when they go to the ultrasound, Jessica just assumes she going, and John say, no, you're not going. So they end up getting into it at dinner because Jessica is like, well, are you even going to let me be an auntie? You said, he like, I didn't say you can't be an auntie. Well, you said I can't go to the ultrasound, and you said I can't be in a room when she give birth. So they end up getting together at a park because stuff is still contentious and old girl about to give birth. Now, John feel like Jessica will say a lot of things to make herself look good. She'll say, I'm sorry. She'll say, I want to be friends, but she don't really mean it. I completely agree with him. I completely agree. She does. It's like she pretty much just wants to look like she's trying to get along with him so she could say it's still him. It ain't me, but she ain't genuine. Now, I will say season 1, it was all her, not him. Season 2, it's 80% him, 20% her, but I feel it's justified. He's still, she acting nice now. I mean, it might be fake, but she is acting nice. But I feel like he still has resentment from last season. So 80% him, but justified. Baby, when I tell you they meet up at this motherfucking park and the ish goes so left. So when they first sit down at the park, the husband is like, okay, well, first of all, so we can start off on good vibes, I will apologize for saying you can't be in the room at the birth. I just feel like this, and he keeps expressing this to his wife. He's like, I just feel like this is my first child. This is my son. I've dreamed of having a child before I even met Christina, and I don't want to feel uncomfortable at the birth of my own child. I don't want to feel like, am I even allowed to be the second person to hold my child after his mother? I don't want dad moments taken away from me. He keeps expressing to his wife, I don't want dad moments taken away from me. I hate the way they communicate because I feel like it's no communicating with Jessica. First of all, she's one of those people that do real nasty stuff to folks. And then when she try to be nice and you ain't nice, she confused. Like she don't know what she ever did. So she go to say, well, I would never take dad moments away from you. I would never do that. Are you threatened by me and my sister's relationship? He was so annoyed when she kept talking about her and her sister's relationship. He like, we ain't talking about your relationship. No, you don't get it. It's a twin thing. We ain't talking about a twin thing. We're talking about the baby. But she is so possessive over her sister. And I feel like he's not threatened by how close they are, but she always weaponizes how close they are. Husbands that came and gone before, I'm still here. I always be here when you go. Nah, she had a point. People do get divorced. Husbands do go, but the sibling gonna always be there. So But she literally always weaponizes her closeness with her sister. And I'm in agreement with him. I don't want to always be made to be the third wheel with my own wife. I don't want to be made to feel like the third wheel at the birth of my own child, because that's precisely what they do. And it's so mind-boggling to me how people can't like see what the hell they doing, like his wife included, because they always talking about moments and stuff like that. But your sister don't need to be a part of our moment. Why your sister need to be at our ultrasound? This is our moment. Why your sister need to be in the delivery room? This is our moment, because it's not a normal. I was in the delivery room with my god sister and her child father. But the difference is, if these two twins are together, anybody else is a third wheel, even if it's the husband. They make every moment their moment, and you're kind of just on the outside. And I have no idea why his wife didn't recognize that. And he goes to tell her that there's a difference between aunt moments and parent moments. And she still keep talking about, you don't understand twins. And he's like, it's not about twins. It's about aunt. I'm an uncle. I have uncle moments. I don't try to steal parent moments. And as somebody that was at ultrasound visits, in the delivery room, like literally watching the baby come out, that's not, that don't have to be aunt moments. That is parent moments. Like the birth, you don't have to be there for the birth. You don't have to be at an ultrasound. Like, you don't have to be. And if the child father did not want me in there, I wouldn't be in there. That's his child. And what I didn't think was fair was his wife says, if they cannot get along, she don't want neither one of them in the living room. I thought that was dead wrong. Me and your sister are not on the same level when it comes to our child. Like, if this my child, I'll be damned, you're going to kick me out the motherfucking delivery room. So if your sister can't be in there to see our child born, I also can't be in there to see my child. Am I crazy, or does that not make it? I feel like that's not fair. And I completely get you're the one giving birth. And if you want someone by your side, I get it. But to say I can't be in the room when my first child is born, I thought that was real to the left. I thought that was way too far. Way too far. Now, stuff ends up getting heated when they talk about the difference between parent moments and niece and nephew moments. And when he's trying to define what the aunt moments is versus the parent, she got the nerve to say, well, those are our aunt moments according to you. Well, your aunt moments are aunt moments according, like everybody's definition is their definition. So I didn't even think that argument made any sense. But she was being a jerk. And her husband ended up straight up saying, we don't have to have no conversation. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to have a relationship with you. It don't matter what I think about you. Baby, she started crying, getting upset. She talking to the camera. He just says he don't want to be my friend. That's a dead end road. There's nowhere to go. Why would I want to be your friend? So she basically upset because of her sister. She's telling him it matters because it matters to my sister that me and you get along. He is feeling like, okay, so he ends up calling her a narcissist and telling her the fact that she don't think she does anything to people is like mind-boggling to him. I agree. It is mind-boggling how she don't think, because when he says she hasn't earned, what did he say? She thinks she deserves moments that she hasn't earned because she hasn't earned his respect from all the stuff he's done to her. So she go to say, well, all the stuff you did to me too. No, hold on, skirt. He ain't do nothing to you, girl. Now he has, but no, you did a whole bunch to him, child. She started them having a contentious relationship. But after he called her a narcissist, child, everything go off the rails. And she started cursing him out, calling him a little 20-some-odd-year-old punk. And also in the conversation, he kept calling him the sister boyfriend. He kept saying, I'm a husband. I don't know why she kept doing that. Like, why are you calling this young man a boyfriend when you know he a dang husband? And now when he said she say stuff and don't even mean it, she was trying to make herself look good, she proved his point. Because all the stuff she had apologized for, she pretty much started saying it again. Talking about when I made that comment about your age and how this ain't gonna work and you ain't finna be here. I meant everything I said. I'm sticking to the statement. So now you mad and you doubling down. Even though a week ago you was acting nice and saying like you sorry and you ain't mean it. Precisely why I always say there is no such thing as saying something out of anger that you just don't mean. I do not buy that or believe that. As a person who had horrid anger issues for the bulk of my life, I do not believe that. Anytime I was angry and I said something, I meant it. I may not mean it forever, but I meant it when I said, you don't just pull something out of the clear blue sky. You said it for a reason. And you don't pull nothing out of the clear blue sky. And I don't believe you say stuff just out of anger that you don't mean. Because once you angry again, what she did, she doubled down on what she said. You meant what the hell you said. It's just when you mad, now you got the guts to say it. Then, and child, we know everything she say be a lie. But after he starts the conversation saying, I don't want you to steal dad moments and I'm scared you gonna take the baby before I can hold the baby. And she said, I would never do that. What y'all think she yelled when she walk away? I'ma snatch the baby as soon as the baby come out before you can get to hold him. And you wonder why this man don't like you. You wonder why he said he don't want to be your friend. Girl, I wouldn't want to be your friend either. So they end up walking away, nothing solved. Baby, when I tell you, she fall out on the ground like them girls on Maury when he said the man, not the father. She fell all the way the hell out, crying. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I couldn't believe it. And she ended up crying to the camera because, you know, after they have a little showdown, the producers want you to come talk to the camera. She told me, I don't know what I'm supposed to tell my sister. Telling you a bitch. Telling you threatened to snatch the man baby the second it come out your sister little cootie cat before he could even touch the baby. I wanted us to be good. I wanted us to hug. I want peace and love. She says that all the time. I just want peace and love. Well, you can't be an asshole if you want peace and love, baby. I mean, I don't think that's how it works. I could be wrong. She also one of those people, the first season, she was always talking about vibes and energy. And people who be talking about vibes and energy be the main one coming in with the negative energy. And that's exactly what she was doing. So then they have the husband talk to the camera. I didn't believe nothing I did believe what he was saying. He was saying, he talks to the camera and says, I came here with good intentions because I wanted to resolve things. I wanted us to be good, but it just never seems to go that way when we talk. And he says, I'm worried that Christina would not have either of us in a room, or at least you won't have me in a room. And I thought that was kind of sad. That a first-time dad, you feel like, which I agree, because you can't get along with your wife's jerk sister, that the sister's gonna be in the room for the delivery of your baby, but you're not gonna be in the room. And I do believe he came there with good intentions, but the way she was coming at him made him like turn up and be like, well, I don't even want to be your friend. And it was annoying that she just kept talking about, you don't understand twin. Baby, we ain't here to talk about motherfucking twins. No, I'm not a twin. I don't understand y'all twin connection, but that ain't what we here to talk about. You being a twin ain't got nothing to do with my baby. So they done walked away. But she ends up going over to John and be like, John, I want to work this out. What do we do? What are we going to tell my sister? So he just kind of like, look, I'm sorry. You know, we good. It's fine. Let's tell your sister we hugged and worked it out. And they end up hugging. And baby, the husband go to the camera like, this is the truth. We doing this because, you know, for Christina. He don't like that lady. And I don't blame him. But y'all did. She's such a victim. Like, she got such a victim way of looking at things. She gonna sit there telling the camera, Christina will never know what he said to me. She'll never know what happened here. How much John hurt me. I'm sitting here like, how much he hurt you? Because he said he didn't want to be friends with me. I'm just like, Lord, I can't. Like, I can't. People might not agree, but I will never be in a relationship, let alone damn marry somebody, if they like sibling hate me the way she hate that man. I'm not dealing with that for the rest of my life. Or the next 10 years, or however long before we get divorced. Like, I'm not. I can't. And then I gotta I don't care, like at this point he has done stuff to her. I kind of don't care because you started it. Like you came in starting this whole relationship going awry. So I'm not dating nobody whose sibling act like that because I'd be damned if once I gotta try to make amends and apologize. Hell no. I can't. I really feel like it's the dumbest thing when people say, well, I'm not marrying a family. Baby, that's exactly what you're doing. That's literally exactly what you're doing. So we end up getting to the birth. And I felt sorry for this man. This was, yes, they were both in the room. And the midwife did not let the sister. When I tell you that midwife got that baby out of there, chopped that baby in John's hand like a motherfucking football. Like he made sure that man held his baby before the sister. That tripped me out. She was like, John, over here, John. But they were both there. But John looked so uncomfortable. He looked like he couldn't move. He couldn't talk. I'm telling you, the lady was in labor for 4 hours. John ain't say nothing except the last 10 minutes. He didn't. It looked so awkward. And I felt bad for him. I would not want that to be my experience with my first child. Like, I understand how uncomfortable that is when you have tension with somebody and you could literally feel it. I don't want that when my baby born. I don't want to have to be scared that I'm not going to be able to be the second person to hold my baby. Because obviously the mama who just delivered the baby always the first. But it starts off not good. And I feel like the sister, well, she in labor, so I can't really put nothing on her. But when you know that people don't get along, do your best not to put them together. His wife was upstairs having contractions, and she calls the midwife. The contractions are getting close, so she tells her sister, "Go tell John to fill the pool." Girl, you should have called your husband and told him to. Do not put. They don't like each other, and of course, he didn't like the fact that at this moment the sister was bossing him around because she come downstairs and say, "John, fill the pool." You could have just said, "Hey, John, she finna be ready to deliver. Can you get the pool ready?" Like, it's a way to say stuff. He already was worried about you coming, taking over, and the first thing you do is start barking orders to him. Come on, child. Come on. But the baby get delivered, and John gets to do the stuff that the sister wanted to do, but the midwife ain't let her do. He got to cut his baby umbilical cord, which I'd be down with that. Twin or not, how the hell you think you supposed to do all this? He got to cut the baby umbilical cord. He got to be the second person to hold his baby. And there was a moment after everything is over, and you know how you have the skin-to-skin contact. So his shirt off, the wife's shirt off, and he actually takes it upon himself to go get a blanket and give it to the aunt. And he hands the aunt the baby, which I thought that was very big of him because even then, it's F you for life. I'm sorry, but it is. So the aunt ends up crying and saying to John, like, I recognize everything you do for my sister, and I genuinely want us to move forward and be positive, and I really am sorry. And he ends up being like, she has said this same stuff before, but he felt like she was never genuine, but he feels like she's genuine now. And I agree. Like when she always, I'm sorry, I see what you do with my sister, because she be putting on a show. But I do feel like in this moment she was genuine. But I mean, you're at the birth. Anybody at a birth, it's gonna be like emotional. Like it just is. It just is. But that's how their story is. I hope they come back again for now. When I first saw the first season and they were on there, I was like, they need their own reality show. I would follow them. Like, first of all, the whole psychic twins and all that stuff, it's all very entertaining. They are psychotic. They are completely insane. So their story ends well. Do I think the aunt and the dad is kumbaya now? No. No. Because she is very possessive over her sister. And she feels like she comes above the husband. Which, to an extent, as a sibling, I'm above the husband because y'all could get divorced and I'm always be around. But I'm not gonna treat the man like I'm above him. Like, I'm going to be respectful of the fact that you the husband for now. For now. Let's see what we got going on in the comments. I jumped off of the hand that rocks the cradle, child. Those twins are a 6 out of 10. What that mean? 6 out of 10 on what scale? The crazy scale? Taboo, get therapy. That's not an excuse for me. They probably share partners, if you know what I mean, just to be with each other. Oh, we gonna get to the twins that share a partner. The twins are giving me the WB network vibe. That is even more complicated. They try to look good while doing evil, something I heard and read today. Yeah, that's definitely Jessica. Now, I like Christina, but it could be a bias because according to Jessica's ex-husband, Christina used to do the same stuff and ruin their marriage. But now that Christina in her marriage, she don't want them doing that no more. And they even in the show saying we're at the peak of our closeness, and the last time we were this close, we ruined our marriages. So we'll see how the hell this go. I would like to be the third wheel. John isn't going to last, but now a child is involved, so he's stuck with her, but he's absolutely right. She's grasping at straws. She needs to take herself out of the equation. Twin or not, no matter how close you are to telepathy, blah, blah, blah. Only one of you is actively pregnant and ready to give birth. Yeah, she was on my nerve with that conversation because she just kept talking about being an aunt. It means so much to me. That is not what we're here to talk about. I have and had an amazingly close relationship with my aunts. Neither one of them in the room when I was delivered, child. Like, that don't have nothing to do with you love to be an aunt, how close y'all are. Now, I do love telling my nephew that I was the first person in the entire world besides the doctor that ever saw him. I always be like, I saw it before your mama did. So I get that a bit. But, like, lady, calm down. I just, like, he was sitting there, and you could see they had a camera on his leg. You know how people leg be shaking? They just be having tremors. That's how his leg was doing. You have no right to be there or intrude on their moments. I could see being like, you would like to go to the ultrasound, but I'm like, just a regular aunt. You could see the ultrasound picture when they leave, but you don't be at the ultrasound. But they don't understand boundaries in the slightest. It's like everybody just got to accept that no matter, I kind of feel like the kid's probably the third wheel. Like, everybody is the third wheel when it comes to those two. Yes, TG. She's weaponizing her sister and their bond. Does she want her sister to be happy? This is why people warn you, when you marry someone, you marry their family too. Danny, when I tell you, it is so mind-boggling to me how I don't even want to get married, but I feel like I be having much more like sense and understanding of being married than people that want to be married. Like, I really feel that way. I will never understand why when people are engaged or something and have a contentious relationship with the family, the first thing they love to say is, I ain't marrying the family. Bitch, yes, you are. Yes, that is literally what you're doing. That is the literal definition of marriage. Yes, that is it. You take it on the family name and you're taking on the I will not, it blows my mind that people who want to get married say, I ain't marrying the family. That is exactly what you're doing. And I'm just like, how does a person who don't want to get married got more understanding of this than you folks that do? Like, I do not get it. I don't get it. You are literal marrying their family. I will never forget watching Married at First Sight. And a lady wanted so bad to get married, but then gets upset because she bought a house, loved the house, and the husband don't want to stay in her house. He want them to get a new house. And she just flipping out. Anywhere in y'all dreams to get married? Is that ever another person? Like, it is so confusing to me. Like, fantasies of getting married. Is anybody there but you? How the hell do you not even consider that this random stranger who you may one day meet to fill in the gap to get married will have an opinion on where they want to live? You just assume you would marry a whole human person with their own thoughts, mind, opinion, wants, needs, and they would just say, yeah, let's live at your house. I don't care. Which, yeah, that could happen. But the person could also not. It's just so strange to me. Am I crazy? Like, I really be feeling like I'm insane. Because who wants to get married, but is flabbergasted and upset that the person don't want to live in your house? They want y'all to get another house, or either want to stay in their own house the same way you want to stay in your house. I don't get it. But that's for you marrying folks. I don't have to worry about that. 10 out of 10 for Nikki's drama acting. Throwing that football like it's a Hail Mary. I'm talking about, that midwife was A1. In another life, I would love to be a midwife. My great grandmother was a midwife. And being there with my god sister for her first pregnancy, when the guy wasn't there, I was literally at the damn birthing classes, every single solitary ultrasound in the delivery room. I feel like I have so much knowledge about being pregnant when I ain't never been pregnant. It's crazy. But also shout out to the midwife, because she did not miss a beat. The baby's shoulders was like stuck in the birth canal. And by the time the baby came out, the shoulders and above was blue. The baby was not crying, but the midwife ain't panicked. She ain't miss a beat. Got everything right with the baby. So shout out to that midwife, for real. But I also feel like the birth was the first time the sister met the midwife. So I'm pretty sure in the conversations with the mom to be and the husband, something was said about the twin sister, because she just, the way she was, bogarting the baby, and John, over here, chucking the baby over to John, she knew. Round of applause for that midwife, but that was the bare minimum experience. Hold on now. What you mean? That was the bare minimum experience. But yeah, I felt so, that scene was so awkward. When I tell you, anytime I see a scene where the woman giving birth, the guy is normally like, good job, rubbing her back. He was over there just, and the sister was over by her. And I'm just like, baby, see, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not that person you finna like punk out. Like, I'm gonna bogart my ass the hell over there where my wife at. Like, I'm about to Debo the sister out the way. He looked so awkward the whole birth. He really did. Now, our next twins. Lord Jesus, y'all. So I have always been the type of person, twins I know in real life, I can tell twins apart very easy. It is not hard for me, because even if they are identical, I feel like just their aura, their spirit, I can just tell who is who. Always. These twins, I cannot tell apart. So these are the twins, Anna and Lucy. They call themselves the world identical twins. And they were on last season. They're one of my least favorites to follow on the show because I feel like they're very boring. So these twins act like and want people to treat them like they're one person. Okay. They both share one boyfriend. Now, their whole thing is they are one person, and everything about one has to be identical with the other. Literally, their food and drink. They go to a restaurant and order a drink. They tell the waiter to make sure the drinks are identical. And they do this. Okay, we're going to sip for 5 seconds. And they stop sipping. I'm going to eat a tomato. You're going to eat a tomato. And it got to be the same identical tomato. We got to eat it at the same time. They go get their hair cut. And this hairdresser was killing me. So she was like, okay, wait, y'all don't just want the same haircut. They're like, no. So basically, if she brushed one twin hair 4 times, she got to brush the other twin hair 4 times. If she do 5 cuts, she got to do 5 cuts. Literally the same. So when they tell her they share a boyfriend, which I'm like, babe, I was thinking the same thing. She was like, okay, so what do they do? 1 pump, 2 pump? Like, it's so, because that's, like I just said, they literally got to eat the same identical tomato at the same time. They want to be treated like the same person. Every experience has to be identical. They go get a job at a restaurant, which shout out to this lady for even giving them a chance. They go on a few interviews and only this one lady hires them. Their dad died 12 years ago. They want to have a restaurant in honor of their dad. So they want to go work at a restaurant to get that experience, right? So they end up at the job interview. The lady's like, well, who's applying? They said, well, we both are. And they're like, you could give us one, we want one pay. Like, treat us like, well, I'm surprised they let themselves both have a different name because they literally operate as we are one person. They both share the same partner. Oh, and the way they talk. Oh, Jesus. They do this fake ass finishing each other's sentence thing, but it's literally so fake because it's one of those things where you know how somebody talking and you can easily tell like the word they're finna finish the sentence with. Like just now, you could have just said sentence with me. They do that. Like I be saying like this is some fake ass finishing each other's sentence, or they'll just repeat. It was hard. Like that. I be saying like this is so. They try so hard to just be identical. Last season, they went to the fertility doctor because they both wanted to get pregnant at the same time. They want every experience to be literal identical. So they go to work at this restaurant, right? And they start off in the kitchen. So the guy gives them this rag. Well, do you have identical rags? Then he gives them knives to cut. Do you have identical knives? And I'm saying like, girls, come on now. So then they try them out in front of the house as waitresses. It's a table of like 4 people. And the lady tried to say, well, can you carry this tray? No, we got to carry it together. So they are literally walking through both of them holding 1 cup. Like, yo, they're walking through the restaurant with 2 of them holding 1 cup. Because they're one person and everything got to be identical. And everybody looking at them like, it's one thing to be identical twins and want to dress alike. And I'll even say it's one thing to want to share partners because y'all want everything. But the whole, we got to carry the cup. And like, they'll do this. They had to clean the table. They got to spray, 2 sprays. We got to wipe at this. They're here like, y'all are batshit crazy. Like, it makes no sense. I didn't even know how last season they was talking about wanting to have a baby. Like, it's not going to be, they want their babies to be identical. They give up on their dream. This season, they give up on their dream of having a baby because they are just so tied to the fact that everything got to be identical. And they are accepting the fact that, well, that won't happen with the baby. When they go try to do the IVF, the doctor, I feel like that doctor probably want to curse him out. He was like, no, I help women who have fertility issues. Like, I'm not here to try to help y'all get pregnant at the same fucking time and have identical babies. Like, get out my office. That's what he wanted to say. The mom doesn't want them to give up on motherhood. So she gifts them these baby dolls. The boyfriend come home, he like, The hell is this? They both taking a shower together. They showered together. And they got the babies laying on the floor. And they asked him, well, we don't watch the babies all day. Can you get them for 5 minutes? Baby, the boyfriend in the bedroom playing with the baby, talking about pow, pow, whoop, whoop, like making them fight. It was so hilarious. So then the girls come out the shower, standing there with the babies and the boyfriend, talking about something. This is like the one twin, she started crying. Talking about, this is the dream. These are our babies and they're identical. And y'all, they working at the restaurant. And obviously, like, the lady is like, we are a busy restaurant. Y'all can't be holding the same motherfucking cup. So she ends up, when we are in the thick of the restaurant being busy, right? The twins actually, one person carrying a plate, the other one carrying a cup. Baby, they quit the job because, you know, we were there and you were carrying a plate and I was carrying a cup and I could feel us changing and not being as close. What? So because she carried a plate and you carried a cup, you feel y'all ain't as close, so y'all quit the motherfucking job? Baby, come on, child. Come on, child. So they end up going to see a medium because their dad died. And they wanted to know why the dad sent them a message from the grave to go work at a restaurant, because they felt themselves changing and they ain't like it and they want to know why their dad would do that. When I tell you, I think the boyfriend paid this medium off. The medium sitting there giving them a message from the dad. The dad don't want y'all to share a partner. The dad say he's sorry. This is his fault because he could never tell y'all apart and treated y'all like y'all was one person. But this ain't how y'all need to live y'all life, and y'all need to have experiences. And it's okay to be close or even live together, but y'all need to be doing stuff. I'm sitting here like, baby, this was a plant. So they are disturbed by this conversation. They go to have dinner with the boyfriend and the mom. And I was so shocked by the mom. They're relaying what happened. The boyfriend on board, like, well, y'all could still be close, but it won't hurt for y'all to stop measuring food and stop. Y'all could do some things different. He is very upset with the fact that they quit this job. But the mama is the complete opposite. And I'm sitting here like, lady, this is not your daughters being close. They are literally. The boyfriend tells them, why don't y'all try a few baby steps? How about you eat this pizza and you eat that one? They refused to do it. They refused. They said, we have to eat the same tomato at the same time. So he said, okay, well, what about this? The boyfriend said, how about you eat the tomato first and you wait 10 seconds? Baby, they couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. Now, in all honesty, the previous sisters, the surrogate sister and the pregnant sister, I don't think their closeness is like something wrong with them. Like, I get it. I really do. Objectively, I get y'all are that close. These sisters, however, I ain't no professional, baby. Y'all got some mental issues. The fact that y'all gotta eat the same damn tomato and use the identical knife to cut, when they vacuum, we gotta both vacuum. They be counting. The lady was cutting their hair. She go to cut one girl hair. They counting her snippets. So then when she go cut the other girl hair, they talking about 1, 2, 3. You gotta stop. You gotta do the same. Brush one girl hair. 1, 2, 3. You gotta stop. You gotta do the same. Come, baby. That's not being that's psychotic. Like, something's mentally wrong. And they literally say they cannot survive without the other. And I feel like that's dangerous. First of all, God forbid, but you never know what could happen. And even if y'all both live to old age, anybody could die before the other. They are the strangest siblings on here, but the most boring siblings, if that makes sense. Because they seem like very sweet girls. And even the people that they came across that felt like they was insane even said like they sweet, like they seem like very sweet, nice girls. Good human beings. But they're boring. Like, they have no, they just like, they just don't. They don't make for good TV. They're just boring. Oh, and I forgot to say the psychic twins, the sister that was pregnant, they always be pregnant at the same time. Well, they've only both been pregnant once. But the sister that's not pregnant and not married, been dating this guy for 2 months, and she feel like she gotta be pregnant when her sister pregnant. So he literally come over for dinner, and she got this charcuterie board full, and she telling him this is good for the semen, and this is good for. He sitting like, you know a lot about male reproduction, and she just come out and say, I want a baby. He like, we only known each other 2 months, but she ended up getting pregnant. And they just so happy that her and the sister pregnant at the same time. And the boyfriend is like, he tell the camera, I don't know if she want to have a baby with me or just be pregnant with her sister. Baby, she just want to be pregnant with her sister. It got nothing to do with you. But so the twins just in the season with couldn't even not eat the same tomato. They couldn't do it. Everything, they have to be one person. It has to be identical. I don't, y'all. I feel like now what I do agree with these two Aussie twins is they're upset that the law won't let them marry the boyfriend. They feel like they don't like it. It don't make any sense. And I gotta say, I agree with them on that. Like if they all three of them it's consensual and they all want to get married, I really don't see why the hell they can't. Like I don't understand the logistics of why that's against the law. I don't know, but I am of the mind that people do whatever the hell they want as long as they ain't hurt nobody. Like that's just how I feel. Whether I agree, whether I like it, it don't have nothing to do with me. Like as long as you're not hurting anyone, exploiting anyone, I feel like you do whatever the hell you want. If these three people want to damn all be in a three marriage, I think the law should let them. I have no idea why it's against the law. I mean, maybe because of fraud purposes, you could marry one person in one state. Maybe that's why. But outside of that, I don't understand why they can't just go to the court and get permission to all three be in a marriage together. Like that bothers them so bad that they can't marry their boyfriend. And I agree with them. They should be able to marry him if that's what they all want to do. But this is the second season they've come back. I don't want them to come back for a third, but they probably will. Because like I said, they're the oddest set of siblings on here. So, and the message also that the medium, who I feel like the boyfriend paid off to sell this stuff, was trying to tell them is that they're wasting so much time focused on the little things, like everything being identical, that they're not focused on the big picture. And instead of them getting this experience at this restaurant, they were too focused on, we got to have the same cup and carry the same. Like, y'all look dumb as hell, both walking to the man holding a little teacup. Like, it makes no sense. But y'all dream is to have this restaurant in honor of your dad. But they feel like, well, we just have to have a restaurant and just work for ourselves. That don't make no sense. Y'all needed to be at that restaurant getting goddamn experience. I feel like if you own a restaurant, you should be able to do every job in there. You should be able to bus tables, like you need to know how stuff operate and how stuff work. And even if you own it, y'all still, when you hand people their paycheck, both of y'all got to hold the paycheck, like it still won't work. Oh, and I forgot to say that, and see, I hate this. Like if I'm really officially reviewing something, I take notes, but I'm missing stuff. Okay. The twins, one twin had an infected tooth that needed to get pulled. And the twin without an infected tooth wanted to get her tooth pulled too, because everything has to be identical. I thought that was so insane. And I can't believe the dentist did it, but he did. He pulled the girl tooth. So yeah, everything. So I guess a one twin. But they feel like they have to be identical from head to toe. I don't know if this is in a Guinness World Book of Records or if they just title themselves. They say they are the world's most identical twins. They cannot walk out of the house if they are not identical. It was more stressful than it needed to be. The sister should have been on the phone or something, cheering her on, not in his way and taking away from the parents' experience. I completely agree. Oh, they're boring. Let's get them a spin-off show. No. Well, maybe they're just boring to me. Them finishing their sentences is a sitcom movie. I mean, y'all, it is so mother freaking fake, and it's so ridiculous how they do that. I mean, as a matter of fact, you know what I want to do? I just really, really, really want y'all to hear how these twins talk. Let me see. Because I feel like I'm only one person, so I can't really mimic, because I need the person to come in. I need y'all to hear I'm telling you, it's like some fake ass finishing of sentences. It's ridiculous. Hey, is that me? Okay. Hopefully YouTube don't flag me. I'm just doing real.
I'll watch them here while you're washing my body. Yeah. Oh, this is just great. Oh, they're fine.
They shower together. Oh, this is him and that with them babies.
What the hell? What the hell am I supposed to do with these things?
Are you okay? We'll just be a few minutes. We're just going to quickly get changed. Just look after them, please.
Well, they're not going to do anything.
Well, just, play with them.
I need when they're in the confessional.
And look after babies. Today we're job hunting and we want to work in an Italian restaurant.
Did y'all see how the twin started to move her mouth?
To own our own restaurant and name it after our dad, Luigi's.
See, it's so fake how they finish each other's sentences. And you will see one of their mouths
and we
start to
did
move.
the same tasks and same jobs and we weren't judged and we were never separated. That job ended because they didn't have enough money to support the night shift. We were very devastated after that. That nursing home job was the last job we've had. We're looking for a job together and we share a resume together.
Do you have experience in hospitality?
We've got a resume here.
Yes.
We share one.
I have to talk with my owner.
At the moment, sorry. But
Where do you want to put a nice, healthy thing?
Come on, y'all. Let's get to them.
that's just it. And I realize that. But I've mentioned to my sister, we've had talks. I'm not doing this without you. So a tooth for a tooth.
See how they just did?
Just as long as we take a tooth out.
Okay. Do y'all see how they just did that? It was a few moments in there. We got to do a 2 for 2. Like, and then they'll sit there. One twin will be talking and the other twin will look at them and start to open their mouth. Like, they do some fake ass finishing of sentences. I hope y'all heard them. So I don't want to keep it up too long because I don't need YouTube to hit me. But that is some fake ass finishing each other's sentences. Like, it's the type of sentence finishing anybody could do when you know where the sentence is headed and you can easily just fill in the blank. Like, it's something anybody could do. And a lot of times they'll just echo the other person and just say a word after them. I wanted to go to the park. I'll be sitting here like, y'all trying too damn hard. Oh my Lord. It is so fake. That seems scripted and a pain. They don't sound fun. Everyone else is at least entertaining. Yes, that's exactly how I feel. This is insanely constructed. They go end up with identical black guys dealing with me. Like, literally, it feels exhausting to watch them they have one cell phone. They literally have to both be home. Like, it is exhausting watching them, especially when they go for this job. They have to touch everything at the same time and do. It's like, how do you live your life? That seems so exhausting and time consuming. And when the lady is asking them about like the boyfriend, they're like, well, we both kissed them. And she's like a 3-way kiss. And they're like, yes. And I'm just like, it's literally no way. Let me try to say this without being explicit, but it's no way y'all could be intimate and everything is like me. But they say that when they're intimate with the boyfriend, whatever he do to one, he got to do to the other. I don't know how the hell this goes down. They always say if he kiss one, he got to, like if you do 2 kisses, you got, I don't know how they doing this. I guess 1 lick, 2 lick. I don't. But that sound exhausting. I don't want to do that. Sound exhausting. What if I can't remember how many licks that person got? Like I can't keep up with this. And then how do they to him? I don't know. I don't know. It's all too damn ridiculous. The boyfriend is just there for the threesome till stick through whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a whole wife and kids somewhere else. Like I really would. If they've been like this all their lives, I see why their dad. No, he got in a car accident. They stress him the F out, not even being able to carry the same height. Like, y'all, it is ridiculous. Yes, they be counting literally. The lady, when they brush their hair, 1, 2, 3, gotta stop. When they were wiping the table, 1, 2, 3. Like, I'm sitting here like, this is motherfucking ridiculous. Like, this is psychotic. But they're very OCD about it. They're going to pass in each other's arms like Noah and Allie in the Notebook. They probably very much will. Them twins need to go chase some waterfalls. Get it, TLC. That boyfriend is nasty. Look. The boyfriend seemed cool, honestly. And what's crazy is you would think the man in the relationship with the sisters is the one he the most sane of the twins and the mama. Like literally, he is the most sane of them all. It is so ridiculous. Yes, it feels rehearsed. It feels so fake. Y'all, it's just, I will say, I just want a little hole in the wall. I just want to peek through and see how exactly they maneuver this. Like, it is so crazy. They probably have to yell at him to. That's why I'm like, y'all, when they was trying to get pregnant, I'm like, okay, are we going to measure how? I don't know. Look, it's not my ministry. It is not my ministry, okay? Now, the second, or not second, how many we on now? What is this? We had the fourth set of siblings. Now, we have twins, obviously, Jordan and Randy, and they are in their early mid-20s, and they are also dating twins, Derek and Daniel. Now, Derek and Daniel are like normal twins. Like, they close, they love each other, but they ain't them crazy twins that want to be together all the time and do all that extra stuff. Now, last year, we had a pair of twins that were married to twins and had never been on solo dates before. And when they all went out on a date together, it was literally like each twin just hanging with their sibling. It was so weird. Like, y'all just want to be married to another set of twins. Like, that's just what it is. It literally reminded me of the episode of Seinfeld when George and Jerry go out with George's fiance and her friend, and it's just George and Jerry laughing, having fun. And then it's like we on a date together, but we really just on a date with our twin. So these two had a dream since they were kids of marrying twins and everybody living under the same roof, all the twins, we just all stayed there together. Now, they have been dating for 1.5 years, and one twin got proposed to and married after like 6 months. And the other twin that's still dating is losing her mind because she hasn't gotten proposed to yet. So her twin sister basically takes her boyfriend to go get a ring because her sister desperate to be married. And the boyfriend is like his timeline. And when she said desperate for a ring, I was like, how long they been together? Baby, they've been together a year and a half. And his whole thing was, well, he had a timeline in his head of dating for like 2 to 3 years before getting engaged. Now, Jordan, who is the married twin, is also the dominant twin. And I feel like she's kind of manipulative. She take her sister Randy's boyfriend to go get a ring. She tells him what to say at the engagement. She plans the engagement. She pretty much is proposing to her sister and just using the guy. And she literally says to the camera, he's basically just a mannequin that I'm pulling the strings on. When they go get the ring, he actively says to her, like, you kind of forcing me to do this. And his thing is he want to spend about 15 to 20,000. And she ends up having him spend 35,000 on the ring. Now, I don't know if I'm crazy, but I personally feel like I don't want nobody to do anything or be a part of anything with me if you are not enthusiastically doing it. How romantic is it that I have to fuss and say all the time how much I want you to propose to me, to the point my sister takes you to get my ring, tells you what to say in the proposal, plans the proposal? No. Like, nothing about that. I don't know. Am I crazy? Like, if you're not just enthusiastically doing something of your own free will and volition, I don't even want it. Like, I just don't. But I feel like this was another case of we just want to marry twins. I don't think it's coincidental that y'all had a dream as kids to marry twins, which they admit they felt like was a far-fetched dream. Then y'all meet twins, and the very first twins y'all meet, y'all marry. Do you really love me? I want to marry me, or am I just picked because I'm a twin and you just have a dream of marrying twins? So Jordan ends up pretty much planning her sister wedding. The sister and her fiance want to get married one place, but Jordan takes over and say, no, you're going to get married somewhere else. Then when the sister said, well, can I at least see the place you want me to get married at? Well, don't you trust me? Don't you know I have your best interests at heart? So she just plans the whole wedding. And I'm just like, couldn't be me. So they all living under one roof. But like I said, Derek and his twin, Derek and Daniel, they like normal twins. And their whole thing is they thought this was temporary. One twin, I think it was Daniel, who was like, this temporary like 6 months. And Derek was like, maybe a year, but yeah, temporary. But the sisters feel like, no, forever. Like, this is how we gonna live under one roof. Now, as they living together under one roof, while Randy and her guy are engaged, they're literally neglecting the husbands. The girls come home from work, shower together, take a bath together, go to sleep in the bed together. We don't see the men nowhere around. Randy, fiance, get home. He upset. He tell his brother, do you know what they doing up there? And the brother just like, I don't know. He ended up playing a video game. And Randy fiance is like, I tried to go in there. They kicked me out. And Randy even says that her fiance is sensitive, don't like her not sleeping with him, don't like her not spending time with him. I feel like this is like a fake ass marriage. Y'all just want to be married to twins, because who the hell comes home from work every single solitary day and sleep in the bed with their sister and hang out all day with their sister, neglect the fiance? I don't want to marry nobody like that. And he's actively saying, like, I need more attention from my fiance. I definitely don't want us to stay in the same roof, because it's going to be like this for the rest of our marriage. Y'all married to your sister. Like, what the hell am I here for? Now, Randy had braces. Go to get her braces off and talking about how her teeth feel So she have Jordan lick her teeth. Like these twins be tripping me the hell out, child. The baths together and not, child, I can't. Like they be tripping me out. Now, Jordan ends up telling Randy she want to go on their honeymoon with them. That it'll be so fun. It'll be like a sister trip that Derek gets to go on. My honeymoon gonna be like a sister trip I get to go. So Randy go to the fiance talking about she want her sister to go on a honeymoon. So he tells her, if I agree that she could go on a honeymoon, then I need you to agree that we finna move out and get our own place. And Randy is very hesitant, like, well, I can't really agree to that right now. I'd have been like, well, I can't agree to your sister coming on the motherfucking honeymoon. So he agrees she can go on, the sister can go on the honeymoon. And Randy has to tell her sister Jordan, we moving out. Baby, she don't take it well. She started crying, going crazy. This was our dream. What am I supposed to do every day? I think you have a husband. Like, I mean, what you supposed to do every day? Ma'am, you have a husband in that house with you. What do you mean? What are you supposed to do every day? She's upset and she's like, this has been our dream since we were kids. But honestly, Jordan is so dominant in their twin relationship. It really comes off as Jordan makes the plans and has all the ideas. And in her mind, her and Randy come, but Randy just kind of just go along with her sister. But I also feel like that's something we said as kids. Like that was a kid dream. We're adults now. But I will say Randy seemed to have some kind of sense, because she was like, look, I love you. We're going to still be close, but I do feel like I need to start considering my husband's feelings. Baby, Jordan don't feel that way. She's sitting here like, wait, what are you talking about? Like, what does that mean? Consider his feelings. Like that's so foreign to Jordan. She's just like, it literally is as if the twins are married and the husbands are the side pieces. And it's just so insane. Now, what made me, I don't know what was up with how they edited this, but the very end felt rushed. And it was pissing me off how they was closing stuff out. We don't even really get to see Randy and Derek's wedding. We see a quick 5-second clip of Randy like face planting at her wedding, in her wedding dress. Like she didn't trip. She fell hard. And I'm like, why do we see that? Like, why y'all at your wedding? It just ended so crazy. And they pretty much confirmed that her sister went on the honeymoon with her and that her and Derek are moving out of the house and will actively go start their house hunt. So their little story just end like that. Now, I will say these twins weren't as boring as the Australian twins. Randy and Jordan were nice to look at. I feel like they were gorgeous. And they were like, I liked how they dressed. They were really gorgeous. They were nice to look at. They had a fun sense of humor, fun personality. But I just feel like no one was as interesting as to watch as the psychic twins and as the sister being a surrogate for her sister. Those were the most like entertaining to watch. So no, they weren't as the Australian sisters were like, I mean, flatline. I mean, so for me, just very boring and blah to watch. And then the next most boring is the last siblings we are about to cover. You could cut them out the damn show. I wouldn't care. They were so boring. And then it would be the platinum blonde twins. I need us to do better casting next season. Like, bring back the Sarah, because first of all, we need to know how the story finished. We need to know if that lady got her marriage back. And I want to know if old girl gonna go through with the surrogacy and have her baby. But bring them back, bring the psychic twins back for the third time. And then our last set of siblings, is these triplets. And I could not believe their mother had natural triplets. I honestly, I'm like, that's even a thing. I thought you have triplets because of like IVF and fertility. I'm like, this lady had natural triplets. I could not believe it. But let me put okay. I hate when I'm talking about real people because I don't want to be like mean. Like, if I'm just talking about fictional characters, I just go off on them. But I kind of be wanting to like obviously be honest, but like I have it in my mind like these are real people. So I want to try to say this nicely. Okay, these are triplets from New Jersey. Catherine, Hannah, and Nadia. They have an older sister and a younger brother. And Hannah, which I want to say she's the one with the burgundy shirt. She's like the responsible twin. Now, I am not one of those people who feel like I'm not against people getting plastic surgery. I don't think it's some kind of moral failing. Like, do whatever the hell you want, child. But I will say, I wish it was some kind of, you know how like you can't buy alcohol till you 21. I be feeling like I wish it was like illegal. Like you can't get plastic surgery till you like 30. Because I really feel like people be ruining their youthfulness. These girls are so young. Like, they're early 20s. And I feel like they look so old. Like their face just does not look youthful. And I feel like it's the plastic surgery. Their lips are plumped up. They got all this stuff done to their face. And it's like I think about, I literally just saw this picture of Kylie Jenner. And I'm like, how the hell does Kim Kardashian's face look more youthful than the youngest sibling? Like you don't look bad, but like you don't look youthful. Like you're in your baby, when I was 21 years old, I was skinny as a rail, eating like a football player, not having a skincare routine. It is like, I feel like that's what youth is for. You have youth on your side. Like you don't have to do Botox. You're young. You're fucking young. Like, I really feel like people are ruining their youthfulness with all this Botox and fillers and plastic surgery. Which, like I said, do what you want to do. I'm not against plastic surgery. I don't see anything wrong with it. But I do feel like people are ruining their youthfulness. Like, anytime I see people, like on a strict diet, and you know, everybody's body type is different. You can have weight issues when you're young. But when I see people that are like the typical high metabolism, very small frame young people, and they're like strict on a diet and strict with what they, that's the time nowadays, baby. If I eat a cupcake, I'm gaining 20 pounds. When I was 21, baby, I was eating like 3 cupcakes with my belly out, flat stomach, flat as like washboard ab is what my aunt used to call my stomach. And I can eat 3 cupcakes and my stomach be flat as a board. That's the fun of being young. Like you don't have to, then when you hit a certain age, you got to be making sure you exercise, you got to make sure you eat right. And I feel like you're missing out on the fun of being young, of being youthful. I feel like it makes me kind of sad to look at these girls because I'm like, y'all do not look fucking 20 years old. Like y'all, first of all, maybe this is biased as somebody just born with big lips, but baby, if y'all don't leave y'all small lips alone, the lips be looking great. Maybe get one shot, okay? Stop getting all the shots and they lips. Oh God, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to talk bad when they're real people, but baby, the lip. Oh God, like it literally looked like they got 2 like penis shaped balloons. Like that's the, oh God. I really want there to be like you can't get plastic surgery till you're 30 years old. Like, just enjoy the youthfulness. Stop destroying it. But anyway, this story was so boring. So boring. They're triplets. They're used to their family babying them. They never had to do nothing. Even though they got a younger brother who's the baby of the family, they're the ones that's baby. And Hannah's whole dilemma is they're treated like one person. If one person fail, they all fail. If one person don't do right, they all get in trouble. They're very like irresponsible, but they just finally moved out on their own. But their family doesn't believe in what they do for work. Basically, they're gamers on YouTube. They were trying to explain to their family that this is a real job and sponsorships pay XYZ, but the family wasn't having it. They have like an Italian family who is very much, y'all need to go work, look out for your future, which, yes, gaming on YouTube is a real job. You get real income. But I did agree with the family that y'all need to be thinking of a viable career. What if this don't pan out? What if your audience start watching XYZ? Now, they want to open a vegan restaurant with their mom, but the mom feel like they're irresponsible. So she gives them the task of, if y'all can put together this fundraiser for your brother and prove that y'all can be responsible. They couldn't prove it. Hannah was the only one really being responsible and trying to do the job. And she was the one, the wrestling team was trying to raise like $12,000. Hannah got like a $5,000 donation from somebody. And she felt like, even though I did the work and this stuff was my idea, it's not really credited to me. It's credited to all three of us because they just lump us all together. And this was another story. We didn't get the full story. Hannah ends up upset with her sisters for not taking the stuff serious and being responsible and growing up, because Hannah is kind of on the side with her family that they need to grow up and they need to learn to be separate and not stay in a triplet bubble. So she decides to pack her bags to go on a solo vacation by herself, which she was scared to do because she's never gone off by herself. Her two sisters was crying. You act like we're not important no more. And she leaves and the show ends. And I'm just like, well, did she come back? Was there any resolution? Because she was hoping if she leave, it'll get her sisters to step up and start being more responsible. So that's why I'm like, when I say that editing this season was so weird, we didn't get real conclusions on quite a bit of the stories. And the last episode felt really rushed. I don't know what was happening with TLC. But it's honestly not much to recap with these three. They were very boring. Nothing was really happening. They're gamers. They're vegan. They want to open a vegan restaurant. They try to put together the little thing for their brother, who was like, I don't want to be embarrassed, and he ended up embarrassed. But it's not much to say about them. But that's it. That's all the siblings. And I gotta say, now I used to watch TLC a lot back in the day. I used to watch what was that show that like chronicled women giving birth? Damn it, what was it called? I used to watch that A Birth Story? Is that what it was? Some show on TLC way back in the day that would like chronicle women in like their last stage of pregnancy, and it would chronicle their delivery and maybe like a month or two after. I used to watch that all the time. And I used to watch John and Kate. I was so obsessed with John and Kate. But I haven't watched TLC in 1100 million years. But I feel like I want to get into it because these Extreme Sisters is very entertaining. And then they got some other stuff on there, like it was Smothered, Dating the Mamas, but like some crazy stuff. And it's one that I want to get into, but I probably never will because I hate when you have like a ton of seasons you have to go through. Sister Wives, but it's too many seasons for me to have to go back. So I probably just will never get into that. But I just thought this would be fun to talk about because it's so good. I saw that from last season, and they talked about their kids being cousin siblings that look like twins too. Yes, they didn't come back this season. It was like two blonde white girls that was twins. They was married to twins. It was very odd. Like I felt no love, nothing. Where's the willpower? She literally took him to get a ring to propose with, and he went along with it. He should have left to go get ice cream and break up with his girlfriend. I'm also not saying yes to this. Yeah, and that's my thing. I'm like, the man is the one that got to propose. So I be very confused how men end up like married, but like hate their wife. And like, you the one that had to propose. Like, you got yourself here. You're the one that had to propose. I don't care how much somebody pressured you. You still was the one that proposed to them. This is some glorified game of house they glamorized from childhood. Yeah, and the sister Jordan was like, she just imagined like a forever sleepover with her sister. And I just kind of feel like, then don't get married and just live forever with your sister. Like, it's so simple. Why get married? Just live with your sister forever. At least their hair isn't cut the same length like the last set of twins, but it's still dyed. Yeah, I did like that. Their hair was dyed the same color, but one twin did have a different haircut. The husbands are nothing more than trophies to the twins. That's how I feel like they wanted to be married to twins, and that's what they got. It's the bargain bin Kardashians. They're young, like they're young. And I'm just like, I mean, am I missing something? I just feel like I will never forget taking my little sister to the fair when she was a little kid, and I was like 23, and the lady wouldn't let me in the fair because she said you gotta be 18. And I'm like, bitch, I'm 23, but I didn't have my ID. And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, that's when you're young, like, you don't need to be shooting, like messing with your face. Like, you are young. You got youth on your side. I don't get the whole getting Botox and you don't have a wrinkle on your face. You don't have a blemish on your face. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. When Ariana Grande took her fillers out, she looked crazy. I honestly thought she was sick or something. They have the capacity to maintain those fillers with Botox. Top-notch doctors. And maybe I be calling everything people shooting their face Botox, but maybe I don't know the difference between all that stuff. But I'm not shaming no women for how they look or what they want to do. I just feel like young girls are like ruining their youthfulness. Like, you don't even need to do that stuff yet. Like, wait till you actually old and wrinkled. or about, I guess if you already wrinkled, maybe it's too late, but at least like wait a little bit. They literally paid for our features, yet made fun of our. You know what, Danny? I'm trying to think how to like say this nicely, but I don't not like my lips or anything, but I literally loathe. I cannot stand for anybody to comment about my lips because I feel like I spent my whole life feeling like I'm just walking lips. Like, people have been talking about my lips since I was a kid, whether it was getting picked on in school because I had big lips. I will never forget. Not much embarrasses me, like, at all. Because I feel like I done been through everything. Like, nothing. I cannot be embarrassed. I literally feel like I cannot be embarrassed. But I will never forget how embarrassing it felt to I came home from school and I asked my god sister, I said, what are soup coolers? And she was like, huh? I said, do you know what soup coolers are? She had no idea what I was talking about or what it meant. And she kept asking me to tell her how was it used. And I didn't want to say. I just wanted to know what the hell it was. I was so embarrassed to say, well, the kids at school said my lips are soup coolers. And that's not a real thing. They were just like picking on me and making fun of me. To being a kid and getting picked on about my lips, or being a kid and having grown-ass men make comments about my lips, to being an adult woman or teenager having men talk about my lips, I cannot stand it. I literally cannot stand it. Anytime I meet a guy, if he makes any comments about my lips, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. I don't want nothing to do with him. I don't care how much I liked him, thought he was cute. If he makes any comment about my lips, I'm out. Like, I'm disgusted. I will not, and it's not even just me. And I will notice, first of all, men and women say stuff about my lips when I'm just out in the world. And when I'm talking to people, men or women, I will literally see their eyes just looking at my lips the whole time I'm talking. Like, up here. Like, you know how like people be looking at a woman's chest? No, I hate it so bad. And it is I can literally remember the moment where I feel like society switched. And all of a sudden, everybody wanted big lips. And I remember just being like, I literally spent like my childhood and teenage years wanting small lips. And everybody used to pick on me for having big lips. And then all of a sudden, everybody in the world pumping up their lips. I'm just like, what the Danny, for me, it is the strangest thing. It is the strangest thing. And I feel like it's the strangest thing also because I feel like I literally remember the moment that society switched and everybody wanted big lips. All them kids that used to pick on me, I guess now they all pumping up their lips. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? Y'all made me feel like shit as a kid because of my lips. And now everybody pumping up. Look. Look. It bothers me. It bothers me so bad. But whatever the hell. Yeah, that was his original budget for the ring, but he ended up spending $32,000 that she got him to do. They're vegan, yet got their faces and bodies filled with fillers and implants. How that work? Now, hold on. Vegan just means you don't have any products tested on animals or anything from animals. Do fillers and stuff got anything to do with animals? I don't know. I'm vegan, but I don't have a clue if fillers and implants got anything to do with animals. If it ain't got nothing to do with animals, then now I have nothing to do with them being vegan. I mean, like, y'all, at first I thought that I was like, this lady gotta be joking. It ain't no way I look that damn young that she talking about you gotta be 18. Like, I thought that was the craziest thing. I saw that promo about the Mama's Boys show. Lord, I'll watch that show to look for signs to avoid Mama's Boys. Yeah, I'm like, I want to see it. I want to see it. I just want to see like the craziness. First of all, I just love reality TV. I just find it so entertaining. And now I done got into, it's like a whole world of stuff going on TLC channel. I don't know why I never paid no attention to TLC channel. You punch them. I'm not punching nobody. You want me to get shot, child? I can't punch nobody. Okay, well, this was fun. I had fun talking about this. Thank you guys for showing up. We are also going live tomorrow to talk about escaping twin flames, selling soulmates, child. Happens to me all the time. I couldn't get into a movie, bar, couldn't buy a lotto ticket for my mom on my way home. I'm 24. It didn't help that my hair was in 2 puffs though. You know what? I had an experience one time. I used to go to happy hour after work all the time. I was like 30 years old, child. Now I know the hell I don't look that motherfucking young. This was only a few years ago. I do not child, do not look that young. Come on now. I look 30. I go to this restaurant, sit at the bar for happy hour to have some drinks and order food. And this bartender gonna call the manager over talking about I'm in there with a fake ID. First of all, if I'm gonna try and buy liquor with a motherfucking fake ID, why would I sit at the motherfucking bar of a restaurant? I mean, let's just start with that. Let's just start. But it ain't no way I'm 30 years old and you mean to tell me I look so young that you talk about I got a fake ID. And second of all, you working at a bar and you don't know what the hell a Florida driver's license is supposed to damn look like. Y'all, when I tell you I was, oh Jesus, I was so lit. I was livid. Literally livid. It's no way. But anyway, this was fun. Thank you guys for showing up. Good night, TG. And I will see everyone tomorrow at 8:15 p.m. Florida time.